Hello everybody, welcome back to FTL Mods. We're still playing the Rogue by Proproved Nick. Almost said Proproved Dick there. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue onwards and forget that never happened. So yeah, we're still playing with our slightly overpowered ship here. I say slightly overpowered because starting off with that pre-igniter was a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this thing. I got a burst laser, I got flak, I got pike beam, ready to roar. This thing doesn't even have shields. Sure, it's got a cloaking, but what is it gonna do against me? Sure, if I didn't have cloaking, I probably would get hit by that missile, but quite surprised actually that it did fire that missile. I thought it would have saved up on all that good stuff. Still, a one-hit KO. Sure. I'm kind of wondering, what do we still want? What do we still need? And maybe after this beacon we can visit that store, and that will be able of showing me what I could still use. So flag goes in first, followed by the bursts, because shields are not completely down yet, and then we'll hit him with our pike beam like so. Could have gone for a 2 instead of Clone Bay, but system prioritization on enemy crew is still a bit of a mystery to me. I know they're really antsy about their shields. I mean, if anything happens with that thing, they would send everyone in there to fix them at some point. But O2 and Clone Bay seems to be pretty interesting systems for them to protect as well. Either way, yeah, 5 fuel is pretty darn good. Alright, maybe we can get some more systems in. Wouldn't mind mind control. And there it is, right there. Suppose you could get both of these. Mind control is interesting, so I can temporarily whack out the pilot without having to use drone parts. Does mean we will have to upgrade our sensors at some point, because we don't have crew to man them yet. Either way, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Kind of missed my chance with my pike beam, I think. No, that's still pretty much went okay. I'm gonna send you in there to fight, you in there to fight, and why the hell not you as well? Because they won't be shooting anything at me for a little while anyway. Suppose I could have used my cloaking to delay this bad boy right here, but I don't think it's gonna do too much damage at the end anyway, so. Okay. Then everybody who has a station go back to it, and we'll assign you to shields. Alright, let's do some more combat. Everything okay in there? Yeah, looks like it. Might as well power up the hack. And intruder on board. Sure. Well, there goes another crew member. You give a little, you get a little. Another intruder. Let's see if it actually works out this time. Doesn't look like we took care of any drone though. Although, yeah, that thing is still over there. Cannot be targeted, but with a bit of luck it'll never get a chance to create another breach. Yep, yep, it will. Okay, well. Again. We tried. See how much damage we can now do to you instead. I think I can, yeah, that's probably better, huh? Nope. Right, everyone in there, go take care of that breach if you want. So again, we need someone for shields. Kind of relieved that it wasn't our engine personnel. Ship is run by an AI. So yeah, we're pretty late in and I can still pretty much neuter this ship before it gets a chance to do anything dangerous to us. Which is good. Store. Yeah, we'll visit that. Might actually be as desperate to buy some crew. Take your mind control and shove it up your arse, preferably. Again, didn't really succeed in taking down the shields. That's why we got hacking in. Though we might use it on the flagship for a different purpose. Although I think just a rush down will be the best option here. We're good in gunning, so why change that? Okay, took down everything, and off you go. What do we want? What do we need? Crew, yeah. We'll upgrade our sensors as I said I would. And from here on in we can dump pretty much everything. Asteroid field. Yeah, I'll go do the asteroid field. At this point we can basically dump everything in shields and engines from this point in. Maybe some in hacking. So once again, I don't think the flak will be able to take care of what I wanted to take care of. It means we'll go heavily on... We won't wait too long, I would say... That's bad. That was really bad. I'm keeping my eye on my cloak, because I'm assuming I'll need it. Suppose I could send in a hack to make sure, but yeah, sure. Make sure we hit head on with everything here. That'll be good. Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. Well, that takes care of the drone. Hack's almost ready, but I think with what we have, we'll be able to finish this one up without having to wait for it. Sure. Right, and I can use the mind control to do my bidding here. Perfect. Didn't even cost me a drone part. And they just decided that it's not worth to get their evasion back. Well, that's their choice. Can't really say it's the right one, but whatever, right? There we go. Good amount of stuff. Good amount of stuff. Upgrade. Shields. Engines. And I can actually go from here to there immediately. So I can do 2 more battles to get in a bunch more stuff. Oh, we'll attack. We'll attack, my good sir. We'll attack. And we'll cloak first. Hack first. Just to make sure that the first encounter goes smoothly. Which is really the important one on this ship. There you go. How you like me now? All done. I'll smash your laser. Well, if you find another store, we'll sell it off, but I don't think we will, though. This one only has 2. Didn't hit my shields or weapons, so I think I'm not even going to bother hacking this one. We'll cloak out of the way of that ion, because I haven't... Oh wait, the ones that do system damage are confined to the cam positions mod, so I didn't really have to fear the weapon there. Oh well. It's not like we lost anything on it. Except for maybe some crew leveling. How are they doing anyway? Well, not too well, but then again, we didn't really get shot at too often. The last stand. Repairs will get me some more scrapping, but I think this will give me even more if I just fight the ship head on. We'll hack, we got plenty of drone parts to go around. He doesn't seem to have a defense drone up. Oh wait, I can just use mind control. Right. Well, what are we waiting for then? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, another thing that I can casually mention. Just entered a group that does FTL role-playing. Actually kind of fun. I mean, you get to pick the ship you want, and someone throws you some events and you get to decide your actions. It's nice because it isn't confined to just stuff that happens in FTL. I mean, you can have incredible things with like your crew on board of a space station or something like that. Problem is I entered in with my anomaly cruiser, which doesn't have any crew. Still, it's going pretty well though. Problem is the dude's in a different time zone than I am, so we can only do like 1 or 2 steps every day. But hey, it's like the slowest FTL game ever. Shields would be nice, but if you can't really power them, it's no use. Let's do another fight first, and then we'll check up on our inventory. He does have a defense drone, which means burst laser will have to take care of the rest of the shields. Oh no, because it just completely failed. Well, good thing you know that I'm not the only one that has that issue. I managed to destroy piloting. That's a pretty big get. So you got a lot of drones that I'm not a fan of. And now you're dead. Right, that should be... If you go, no, I could have gone to the base and maybe use repair beacon later on, but I really don't trust repair beacons to stay long enough for you to actually be able to use them. Yeah, I think that's the best. Alright, now we just wait until Flagship decides to show his ugly mug, which shouldn't be too long anymore. Crew is A-okay. Everything is powered the way I want it to be powered. Let's get this done. Here comes the boarding drone. No, the hacking. Hacks doors, which is of no concern to me unless fires get started, so then it could be a bit of a problem, but other than that, I really don't see what could go wrong here. Hacking will go on. Shields is nice because it pretty much stops them dead in their tracks when it comes down to getting them repaired. Start the hack. It's only level 1x, so it's not going to do too much. And I say that was a pretty powerful starting move. Now, hacking's ready. So let's get that thing rolling. Fire these on shields to drain them a little bit. Fire at this guy so he hopefully gets killed. And take the missile launcher back offline. And hit him again like this. And that takes care of phase 1 straight away. See? No, the repair beacon is still here though. Right. We can upgrade. I don't really know what, because power is an issue. Suppose engines. And piloting for only 20. Don't really think we're gonna get hit too much, but if we don't have anything else to put that power in, we might as well. Right. We'll sneak one of these by, as we usually do, if we see the option to. It fired, but I don't think it's gonna work. Nope, got destroyed. So this is the boring part, sneaking the thing past. Once that's done, we can get this show on the road. Start the hack. Fire in the flak. Mind control this little sucker. Fire in the burst. Hey, didn't I kill that dude? Thought I killed him. Yeah, well. And I'll try and land a shot in on drone so this fudger will no longer bother me. Yeah, say that went pretty well. We can power up our oxygen, so you have a bit of more time to deal with this ass wipe. And then we just prepare ourselves for the next encounter. Well, the next assault of our weaponry. What are you beeping about? Intruders detected. You mean the drone? Well, he's okay. He's gone, don't worry about it. Now I could wait for hacking to be ready again. It wouldn't be the worst because it doesn't take that long anymore. go. And we'll hit this again, I would say. So this guy is still pretty much alive. Cloaking is not ready yet, but let's depower this and get some more evasion going. And if all goes well, this should be our last shot. Put on mind control, fire in the flak. Mind control this one, burst laser this one. He's dead now. And just hit as much room as we can to finish this fight off. Good, still haven't gotten hit. As always, phase 3 will probably be different. Getting through the Zoltan shield is always a bit of a pain. But yeah, I think we will be ready with this one pretty quickly. An easy victory. For an easy difficulty with a bit of an overpowered ship. Alright, let's get it done. We'll need mind control as well to counter his. You can take your spot to shields again. So most of this is going to come down to how much of our shots will actually end up landing here, where you go to doors for a brief period of time. Flak can go in. Because that charges the quickest. Good. Did they activate their mic? Yeah. I want to get my unit back if at all possible. And that takes care of that problem. See how well our evasion does. I suppose I could increase it by 3% more. Evasion held out perfectly. Beautiful. Now, time to be a pain in the dick to them. You can go to shields and these borders will... Oh, we might get hit here. Ah, yeah, we did get hit. First time I actually laughed about that. Well, without actually being sarcastic about the whole thing. Alright. Let's get this done. Hack. Cloaking isn't ready yet. There's some more shots coming in. At this point, it's them that are grasping at straws, not me, and it's a feeling I enjoy a great deal. So this guy is still alive. I really don't know if that's something that happened in AE. I'm not entirely sure, really. I think it's also been a while since I killed the crew, so that could be the cause of the problem. You want to attack my pilot, huh? Kinda need him in there, so let's get some reinforcements in for him. Who's mind controlled? My shield dude. And now he's fine. Missiles are coming in. I will cloak out of the way of them. Because once like I said, I have more rely on dodging 8 shots, well, 4 shots. Well, let's see. I trust more in my pilot and shields than just my piloting. Because I feel like I got a better chance of dodging 8 shots, of which 4 can hit before actually doing damage. And then I have a chance of getting 3 missiles to miss. I could be completely wrong, but it worked out before. So, anyway. Now that was a bit more than 8 shots, though. I think this thing fired as well, so that's what happened there. At least missiles will be offline for a little bit now. Everyone back to their stations. I know you could use a bit of health, but I think it's not going to be that bad. So one more shot from our final weapon here will do the job, I would say. We can hack. We'll cloak through this. Get this thing through as quickly as possible, because it could be that he's trying to charge up his super shields. I'd rather not have him do that. There you have it. Thanks to the valiant effort of the rogue. Good. Let's have a look at the ship and get our final statements in. So, like I said, pre-igniter versus cloaking. Pre-igniter makes it a bit easier. Then again, it is something unique. As of yet, there aren't any ships that start off with a pre-igniter. But you can see how ridiculously powerful you can get pretty quickly. Plus the fact that pre-igniters are much more rare than actually finding a cloaking system. It was interesting to play with, and it was lightning quick. I think I had too much runs that ended under an hour and a half, so yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, it's more user-friendly because I think it's a little too overpowered, but then again, you can just play on normal and get yourself a nice challenge in. Anyway, that's going to be it for the Rogue. As I said on the last one, if this one ended up being a short one, I still got something else in store with, which I didn't want to do a complete run of, but did sound interesting to start off with. So I'm going to go load that mod in, and I'll see you right back. Alright, let's have a look at ship number 2. There it is, Zoltan Cruiser Type A. Now, I am going to skip past viewing it in the hangar, because there are issues. So I'm just going to click it and then press start to avoid any kind of crud. There we go. So the reason I can now pause everything, so I can easily go over things. So this is supposed to be a dedicated Zoltan bomber type of deal. Now, the reason for it being should be clear as day. Yeah, clear as day. Don't know what's up with this. I have this on my own custom hull thing. Although his did load in, so what up with that, right? No, seriously though. It's a Zoltan bomber, so you'll be using your teleporter with all 4 of your crew members. You had a clone bay, which I am going to power fully, allowing me to depower this so I can keep the ion bomb going, because I did think it started off with a pre-igniter as well. Yeah, it did. It started off with a pre-igniter as well. Because otherwise you probably never get to use the ion bomb. It does mean it also hampers from the problem I had with the previous ship. If you get decent enough weapons, this thing becomes an absolute beast. So you'll be boarding with Zoltans constantly. Start off with Zoltan shields, emergency respirator, and some custom drones. They all been tweaked, so they only need 1 bit of power, except for this one, who requires nothing. So thinking about it, this would have been a great way of dealing with my problem that I had with my anomaly ship. Instead of going through the whole mess of getting the slug repair gel in, I could have just given it something that doesn't need power at all and always can work, but whatever, right? So, anyway, we'll activate it. Our janitor will be ready to do whatever it is that it's supposed to do. Did we start off with a... No, we did not. I was looking for a drone recovery arm. It's not needed. So the reason why I skipped this, these guys will lose health in the hangar. And they therefore can also die in said hangar. And the game doesn't really appreciate you losing all your crew when you're not even playing yet. So, yeah. Anyway, you can probably see why I do not really wish to do an entire run of this ship. So let's see how well this thing can do with boarding. You gotta say it's an interesting concept, right? Didn't really want to do an entire run with the first deal because I thought it would go a lot slower than it actually is going. But also because of I don't really like ships that are a bit too cramped like this one. I mean, that's just my state on things, but now, don't get me wrong, this thing is active. There's a fire here, there's damage here. This thing isn't doing anything. Now, I don't know if that's because of the fire, which it does seem to be like that. Don't know why he refuses to do anything about it, though. I remember these things being pretty good at dealing with fire, but if they don't even go into rooms that have a fire, then what's the freaking point of having them? Well... Alright, well, let's continue boarding. There's no reason to wait. This is where the entire slow thing starts to bring his head up. So getting an engine upgrade, teleporter upgrade would probably be a smart choice here. Something I'll probably do at the earliest convenience. Yeah, this is going to take quite a while. Sure, it won't be all AI ships, and once you start getting some systems down, it just speed up a little bit. Should probably get this sentry out then. Although I should have done that a little sooner. So why they went with Zoltans, don't know. Apparently people have been clamoring about getting a ship that revolves entirely around the Zoltan bombing strategy, and Rad 82 was, I think it's Rad 82, yeah, Rad 82 saw it fit to comply to that. Interesting setup, I'll give you that much. And I'm usually drawn to that type of ships, so... Come on, you can take care of this, right? There we go. Defense drone Mark II. Interesting. So I thought my anomaly had little to go in. This one has pretty much the same thing going. So we now have a level 2 teleporter, which will help out a little bit, I would say. At least against the eye ships. So again, no way of getting oxygen on board. I think that's pretty obvious to notice due to the gigantic fact of not having any more room to put it in. So I think the phrase just throw some more bodies at it here is pretty much spot on with this one. The only way of keeping your crew alive is to just put them on the enemy ship. So far it's working out pretty well. Oh, I got someone survived the whole thing. Nice. No. Sure, things paused. I would like to get some more power in so I can keep the shields up permanently. And we'll move on. Well, looks like you've took care of my shielding problem, huh? Means I'll somehow have to take care of you. Took care of both systems. Means we are indeed safe. And we'll get our sentry up again. To reinforce our Zoltan shields. Nah, I think I'm gonna go for a clone bay upgrade as well now. Which means the ship takes quite a few steps in order to make it pretty combat worthy. Although it just could be me that's having the worst of luck with getting AI ships every single time. Though it's less noticeable because, well, the crew is constantly busy dying. Next two people will be sent into drones and weapons again. Don't know if that one Zoltan is gonna... Oh, yep. With his final breath, he did take out some more hull. Alright, upgrade Clone Bay. Poop out even more clones. Well, actually the exact same amount, but just quicker. Another AI ship. At this point, it's starting to become ridiculous. Especially because they also always seem to be having a... Well, I'm not using the ion bomb for anything, so shields can go up. Alright, well, we'll send you in on your own. So, the game did went through some, well, the mod got through some issues. Apparently there is an event that just destroys your clone base / teleporter. So that could be a problem. Then again, I'm looking now at the possibility of all of your stuff getting simply hacked. I mean, if your clone bay gets hacked by an AI ship, it doesn't really look too good for you either. But so far we're doing okay with this one. I mean, our crew will probably never level in fighting or anything, but Probably get one of you to at least get working on that FTL drive. Hoping he repairs his drone so I can destroy that as well. But it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Well, chip took care of itself. I don't really know what more you could want on this ship. I mean, sure, you can get your weapons up and stuff like that, but all in all, it's an interesting concept, but I just don't see myself playing this one completely through. I mean, sure, the ship shines if you are not dealing with AI ships, but like I said, the game knows how to counter you, and it does it pretty well. So there really is the point in giving you a 4-slot teleport. I mean, once the game kicks off, you're seldom gonna have more than 2 or 3 up there. I suppose we'll do one more sector, and I think we've seen enough of this one then. Great Nebula, you know what that means? AI ships everywhere. This one isn't though, and now I'm regretting not powering up the ion bomb. So let's get our sentry going then. Alright, let's start boarding then. We only have one dude, but hey, they don't have a med bay or anything, so. Oh man. I mean, even then, they got the whole thing of med bay and clone bay being disabled permanently. Finally have our entire crew. Still, without a backup data bank, DNA backup bank, I mean, one bomb on Clone Bay can still bung up your day pretty heftily, so. Okay, sure. Power up the ion bomb. I've learned my lesson. At least I'll be able to heal my crew a little bit. Ugh, I'm not gonna deal with one of these again. Alright. That's gonna sting. That's my bad for not, how the hell did that miss? With a 5% evasion chance. Hey, we've got another Zoltan to pile on. Oh, God. Well, Remo, this isn't going to be a fun ride for you. Believe that. Well, we lost one at that one. Alright, well, let's see if we can buy anything that could make this a bit more interesting, although, like I said, I'm not going to be continuing this entire thing. Nope, not here. Flak 1. So, I don't know why he put it all on 999. That's something I did read in... if you just see like this, and if you keep your wits about you, you can notice that there isn't room allocated because the grid on the right is completely blank. Another ion bomb would be pretty awesome. So would a Mantis be, but see if you can get into one more fight. If not, then we'll end it here. Doesn't look like it unless I go into the Ion Storm. 8 to fit. Yeah. One more fight, just to feel good about ourselves. Haven't even used a single ion bomb. Right, well, I think that's gonna do it for this one. So not much has changed since I started off it, other than putting some more in Clone Bay Teleporter. We've gotten that defense too. So final recap on this ship. It provokes a different style of play, and I really enjoy stuff like that. Unfortunately, I'd go completely mad if I had to do a complete run of this, just because of all the beeping and dying and stuff like that. But yeah, really interesting concept. But well, ship's small, so you can't really say too much about it. I hate the fact that it's small, that you can't get any more systems in. The constant dying of your crew kind of bugs me a little bit, but it's that thing that actually forces you to go on board. Well, that and the fact that you start off with no weapons that are capable of dealing damage, but he set out to create a dedicated Zoltan bomber. He succeeded in that completely. So good on you. But this is where I'm going to end it. So thank you guys for watching. I'm hoping you're still doing the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing. As always, links will be in the description for both the mods featured on this episode. And I'll see you guys on the next FTL mod showcase. Bye everyone.